Hi everyone, welcome back to the vlog. In the last episode, we talked about splinting and the learning curve that comes with it. In today's episode, I want to touch on something that can feel just as challenging clinically, and that is communication. And I'm not just talking about communicating with patients. I'm talking about communicating with physicians, surgeons, senior therapists, and admin staff while you're still trying to figure out everything yourself. You go from being a student who is constantly asking questions to a clinician who's expected to have answers and communicate with your full team around you. And I remember early on feeling this pressure to sound confident all the time, even when I was unsure myself. I didn't want to ask too many questions or clarify something that was, quote, obvious, because I didn't want to come across like I didn't know what I was doing. But what I've come to realize is that good communication is not about sounding like you know everything. It's about doing what is right for your patient. A big example of this in the clinic that I work in is when we see walk-in splints. So there are times when we have a packed schedule and a patient comes in from a physician visit and we have to fit them in for a walk-in splint. We don't have time to fully chart review and we don't know too much about them when they walk in the door. Early on, it kind of felt like we just had to figure it out and we were expected to just know what to do and exactly what splint to make for these patients. This felt really stressful for me, but what I've come to realize is that what helps me in these situations is getting comfortable with being proactive instead of reactive. Now I go directly to the physician and I ask quick but very specific questions, like, are there any certain angles that I should be aware of? Are there any precautions that I need to keep in mind when making this splint? Sometimes we are seeing these patients before the referral is even finalized, so having that quick conversation takes away a lot of the guesswork. Another situation I've run into is getting referrals from outside hospitals where the referral is pretty vague. Instead of sitting there and trying to piece it together and overthink it, I've actually learned it's more efficient to just call the surgeon themselves and clarify. The same thing goes when working with senior therapists. I used to feel like I had to try everything on my own first before asking for help. But now I'm a lot more comfortable saying, can I review this patient with you? Can I run this by you? Does this plan make sense? Even communication with the admin staff plays a more significant role than I expected. They're the ones helping you manage your schedule, fitting patients in, and making sure that your day runs smoothly. So being clear about what you need, whether it's extra time for a splint or spacing out certain patients, really matters. I think that the biggest mindset shift for me has been you do not build confidence by pretending that you know everything. You build it by asking questions, being clear, and showing that you care about getting it right. So if this part of the job feels uncomfortable for you right now, that is completely normal. You are not only learning how to treat patients, but you're learning how to function as a team. So I would love to hear from you guys. What conversations feel the most intimidating for you right now? In the next episode, we're going to talk about marketing yourself and building rapport as a new therapist and how to develop that over time. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.